Okay, still working on the Acadian, obviously. So I removed the front half of the floor pan on this side, drilled it all out, and now back here, that's what I'm doing too. So I cleaned it all up and marked where I have to drill my spot welds. I thought this was kind of interesting. Somebody actually filled the floors of the car with body filler. That was new to me. Oh well. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then we can start fitting our replacement. Which of course is easier said than done, but oh well, we'll get it. Okay, with all that drilled and split, anytime you take any of this stuff apart, you're gonna end up having to fix something. It's a guarantee. I always end up accidentally splitting something I shouldn't have, so I gotta fix that. I just weld it back together. I scraped all the sand out of here already, but this is what it looked like inside here, which kind of confirms the fact that it was a Western car, because out west that's mostly sand other than the rust, and they don't use salt on the roads, they use sand. So that's probably about par. So I'll get all that vacuumed out, I'll straighten all these out, grind them all down so they're clean. Figure out how much more of that transmission tunnel I gotta cut, and I'll do the same thing up there, straighten and clean all that up, and then I'll throw a coat of weld through primer on it. Well, with everything ground down and cleaned, it's kind of what it looks like. As I mentioned, I gotta weld that part back on, and I gotta make a patch to go in the rocker here from where somebody had goobered in a cross member. And I had to drill out this piece here and take it off. I gotta take this bottom seat belt out. And we should be pretty much ready. Okay, so like I said, that's all cut out and what have you. I still gotta make that little patch to go in the rocker, and weld that other little spot in the front. But aside from that, oh, I gotta drill out that piece. That piece has to come out of there too. I got the other pan all trimmed and everything to fit now. I've taken and just given it some weld through primer. So be able to put that in tomorrow. Well, we're just pretty much wrapping things up. I intended to have filmed a bit more of the installation of the floors, but I just got sidetracked. So last night I primed, well, I used epoxy, and I got all the trunk floor and the interior floors done. And I got the garage floor too, just for good measure. So today I'm going to kind of reassemble the car. But there is the trunk pan. Turned out pretty good. There's the interior floor. Now, I did not finish grind any of the welds along the perimeter of the trans tunnel or the fronts there for two reasons. One, it's on the top side here and it will be covered in both Line-X and carpet. And two, well, I guess that was both reasons. So disregard everything I just said. Anyway. What I quickly learned about these Sherman floor pans is, under the gas pedal there, they did not fit at all. I actually had to pie cut it and add a piece because the floor pan was actually too small. So I was not impressed with that. Oh, I put the back seat brackets on this floor. I drilled out the other ones, put these ones on. Around the other side here. finger. Yeah. Like, they're not perfect, but all things relative, that's kind of what we were expecting. And I purposely cut and welded it up high in the trans tunnel, so even from underneath you don't really see the seam of where I spliced them. And I did the same down underneath the floor here. Like, from underneath it blends in pretty good, which I will get some video to show you what it looks like underneath, but that's how it looks for now. Alright, so before I drop it down, I figured I'd give you a little tour. Obviously that's all been replaced. Oh. So there is all that fixed. There is the one frame rail repaired. There's the bottom of the trunk floor. I apologize because it's extremely awkward to lay under this freaking car. There is that one there. There's all that. Drop off I made. Okay. So all that's new. Again, I apologize. I wish I had a hoist. I don't. There's all that. So of course this whole pan is new. Right here is actually where it joins into the original pan. Ow, son of a... Anyway. And there's the seam in the tunnel where my old pan and my new pan join. But if you were to undercoat the car or prime it or whatever underneath, you'd never freaking see that, I don't think. There's that side. You can see I hit it up in the trans tunnel. That was kind of my idea, is that I wanted it to really blend in underneath. So I think he'll be happy. Alright, so the Acadian's pretty well done. I've given it a good cleaning and got all the crap off it and everything. Fix that tire. There's our finished product in the trunk here. I think it turned out pretty good. By the time it's Linexed and everything, it'll look pretty damn good, I think. Although between you and I, it really doesn't run that great. I don't think the choke works. I think that's the majority of the problem. That's just in there to keep me from making a mess out of everything. So, take it over tomorrow and that's that one done, and we're back to our transmission nightmare. Ah, it's not really a nightmare. I found the shaft I cut off. What do I do with it now? I lost it again. Oh, there it is. That's what I was looking for. I mentioned that if you wanted to make a tool for aligning the overdrive, you can take and cut the end of this off right here. And then what you get is something like this. What that'll let you do is go ahead and actually press everything and it still be lined up. Anywho, I'm just happy this one's done. It turned out pretty good. I'm actually happy with it, which is unusual for me because I'm never happy with anything I do.